Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video I want to share with you an amazing game which Magnus Carlsen played against Russian chess Grandmaster Alexander Grischuk back in 2009 in Linares. This is one of my favorite games played by Carlsen, and it's high time to analyze it on my channel. The future world chess champion is on the white side, and he opened up with e4, to which Grischuk answered with c5. Sicilian defense is on the board. We have all the standard stuff and a6 Najdorf variation. Against Najdorf, Carlsen is choosing the classical variation, and instead of the standard Najdorf style e5 move, black decides to set up this so-called Scheveningen setup. First, white is now preventing any possible expansion on the queen side, and then is developing the queen side bishop. We have castling king side by both sides, but even so, even in this case, a very sharp game can be witnessed. Usually white is trying to attack on the king side, and in return black is organizing his counterplay by opening up, by striking in the center. Let me tell you that this is a very popular position, seen many times, even at 1985 Karpov-Kasparov match. This position appeared on the board many times. Meanwhile, with rook e8, bishop f8 move, black is not only strengthening his king side, but is also preparing to go for e5 move. e5 is on the board, and with f takes e5, Carlsen is making a novelty. Earlier, knight d e2 had been seen many times. Let's see. F takes e5, d takes e5, knight b3, knight b4, bishop is a7. First white is harassing black rook, is cornering it, and then is attacking black queen. So with a6, black somewhat weakened his queen side, and white's dark squared bishop is finding a very nice outpost. In future, with a5, white can then strengthen that bishop. Knight d5 is on the board, but according to Stockfish, first playing knight c5, and then in case of knight c6, playing knight d5 is better. So yeah, better is first activating the knight on b3 as well, but we have knight d5 straight away. The thing is that in this case, the exchange on d5 and recapturing with the pawn is allowing black's e-pawn to step forward. Both players are now getting a passed pawn. d6 counterattacking black queen, queen e6. Well, queen e5 is actually stronger. In case of d7, black can play knight d7, and then he takes f3, f6. The players have equal chances, and black has a very solid position. Instead, we have queen e6, and the problem with queen e6 is that this is allowing white knight to jump on c5 with the tempo. And now already queen e5 is not good. It's late for that move because there is this knight takes e4 move. In the end of the day, white is opening up the queen's path. That's why we have queen f5 and bishop e2. Grischuk went for an exchange of queens, knight bd5 and a5. Here Carlsen is missing a very strong continuation. Turns out that in here rook takes f6 exchange sacrifice can be very unpleasant for black. If knight takes f6, then a5, and then b4, c4, and white's queenside expansion can be very dangerous for black. After rook takes f6, by the way, if knight takes b6, then just rook f1, and again white has a dominating position. If rook d6, then takes, knight takes e4, white is definitely doing better. In case of rook e8, takes, yeah, in the end of the day white is just winning a piece, right? Yeah. So in our game, after knight bd5, we have a5 by Carlsen. Still white is maintaining a slight edge, but of course that's not as strong as the exchange sacrifice. Knight takes b6 by Grischuk, a takes b6, rook a b8 protecting the pawn. Stockfish suggests rook is c8, but even so, even in this case, white is maintaining advantage. This is one of the possible lines. Yeah, this was actually Grischuk's last chance of prolonging the resistance. By following this line, black could really put a tough resistance. Bishop a6 is really good. Yeah, the fight goes on actually, and white, yes, still has an advantage, but the fight goes on. Instead we have rook a b8, and this is something after which black's position goes down very quickly. Carlsen is now bringing into life a very famous combination, one of the best endgame combinations I have seen. Please pause the video and try to find Carlsen's next moves. Ready? Here we go. So a few moves earlier Carlsen missed rook takes f6, but now he goes for it. G takes f6, knight d7. Now both the knight on b8 is under attack, also the pawn on f6. f5, c4. Carlsen is not hurrying to win this rook because there is still a possibility of forking the king and the rook. He's first trying to strengthen his queenside pawn structure. a5, c5. Bishop g7, yeah, on f8 the dark squared bishop looked very miserable. Finally it's on the long diagonal, but it's too late. So since already black is ready to move away the rook, the f6 square is guarded. Carlsen is finally winning this rook. Rook takes b8, and now what? How to proceed? Here Carlsen made another amazing move, and he played, holy god, Bishop a6. How do you like this beauty, guys? Bishop a6 is simply amazing. The idea is this: if you accept the bishop sacrifice, then the c-pawn is stepping forward and these pawns are actually unstoppable. If here, then c7, and yeah, there is no defense. So Grischuk played bishop f6, and there comes another heavy blow. Bishop takes b7, rook takes b7, c6, takes, rook c1, bishop takes b2, d7, black resigned. There is just no way to stop these pawns. A new queen is going to be born. That's why enough is enough. Grischuk resigned. What a marvelous combination by Magnus Carlsen, right? What a marvelous combination. Want to take a look at it once again. So it all started with, where is that? Yeah, rook b8, and there comes rook takes f6. An amazing exchange sacrifice, then knight d7, f5 c4, a5 c5, bishop g7. Now white is winning the rook, and then bishop a6. Holy moly, this is marvelous. Bishop f6, bishop takes b7, and white pawns are unstoppable. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share this game with your friends as well, and in the end a chess puzzle where the task is to win with the black pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.